Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this edition of Yorkville Sports. You're in the nest, the Eagles' nest that is, and we're at the Yorkville Baseball Academy on 106th Street and 1st Avenue in Harlem. And you know what? If it's fall, it's time for baseball. Fall baseball with the Eagles when we return. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back. So, you know, we had the start of our season start this past weekend, last Saturday, and some of our teams were up and some of our teams were down, and you know how we ebb and flow. You know, we don't always get the win in, but sometimes, you know, winning isn't everything as long as you play the game of baseball the way it's supposed to be played. We had a 12-11-1 record. We had 12 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. So, you know, we're going to talk about that too. Also, Miguel Batista is going to stop by. He's one of the parents, or the proud parents of Jesus Batista. You know, Jesus is our young phenom at 8 years old. This guy was hitting home runs over the wall last year, and I'm talking about not just squeakers. I'm talking about frozen ropes. I mean, they hit it and they were just going out. And that 8U team brought home a championship. You know, we're not going to continue to talk about that because this is a new year, and we're going to talk about the successes for this year and what we expect. So when we return, we're going to run down some of the scores. We're going to take a couple of, we don't have any highlights yet, but we're going to take a look back on some of these teams. And again, Miguel Batista is going to sit down with us. He's one of the newest coaches. He's decided to coach his son this year as well. So when we return, more scores and more with Miguel Batista. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Well, we're going to give you a rundown of the scores for the first week of the season. We have a new 8U team, 8U North team, and, you know, these guys are new. They got to take it to them. You know, our 8U South team started off with a losing season before they turned things around and ultimately won a championship. So our 8U North team, they lost both games, 13-0 and 14-3. Nothing to cry about. It's the first game of the season. Maybe the boys were a little nervous, but I'm quite sure they're going to right the ship as always. Our 8U South team, you know, these are the guys that are in the gym right now, and I have to tell you, these are a bunch of sluggers. I mean, they won both games. The first game was 12-4, and then they just mercy ruled the guys in the second game with a 14-0 win. Now, I don't know, but this could be a winning tradition for these guys. We're looking for them to do great things as the season goes on. Our 9U North team, they lost both games. This is a team that was new last year, too. They still have to get some continuity with their play, and I'm quite sure that they're going to do good. They have good coaching. The guys are dedicated. They come to play all the time. So, you know, we'll look for good things from them. Our 9U South team, they won the first game and lost the second game. They won 14-0, and then they lost a nail-biter. I mean, a really nail-biter. It was a 4-2 loss. So, I don't know what happened in that game. I know Coach Clark was away. He was away on some family business, so he wasn't there. Nick Hazenberg took over the team, and he did his thing. But somehow or another, the guys fell asleep at the wheel in the second game, and we dropped that game 4-2 in a nail-biter. So we're looking for them to come back. They were in here earlier, and the team looks good, so we'll see what happens this week. Our 10U North team, they also split. They split the first, well, they won the first game 9-8, close game. I don't know what that was all about. We don't have their coaches here to talk about it, but it was a close game. So we'll see, Yorkville, exactly what's going to become of this team. The second game they dropped, it was 12-2. So now how do you go from winning a nail biter 9-8 and then come back 12-2 and you drop your game? Don't understand, but we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out what's going on. And then our 10U South, they won both games. 10U South, they're coming up. They won 4-1. And in the second game, they won 7-0. So that's how you put it up. You put them away. 4-1 in the first game, 7-0 in the second game. Blank them. Good pitching, good defense, a lot of good hitting. That's how you win games. All right. So moving right along, our 11U team. 11U team lost both games. 7-2 in the first game and a 10-0 in the second game. And you know, it's all good. First week of the season. You don't expect our boys to just come out after being away all summer long to be able to play at 100% efficiency. This is like the warm-up. This is like, you know, this is getting ready. This is getting ready to play. So anyway, tongue-tied here. You know, maybe I'll take a little swig. It's always good to take a little swig there. You know, and then moving right along, our 12U team. 12U South actually lost 16-6 in the first game. They lost that first game 16-6 and then 15-5. So you know it wasn't too good for our guys. But hey, you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen in the season is these guys are going to come back and do their thing. All right. Now we have our 13U team. Our 13U team won both of their games. Now this is the guys that were 12U before. They're moving up one age. They're 13U now. And they started the game like, hey, 13 they say is a bad number. But you know what? I have good news for you guys. 13 is going to be nothing but winners this year. Right? 13, you out there. You out there, look at me. 13, win. That's what it's all about. Keep winning. All right? So 13U took the first game 4-2. The second game they won 7-3. So that's how you do it. Put the smack down, the hammer, take the bat, boom. Hit him in the top of the head. 13, keep going. I like that number. You like that number 13? Like it? Like it? Yeah, I like that number
sure.
too. All right, so here we go. Our 13U South team, our 13U South, they split. Now, this is the ebb and flow that I'm talking about. We're talking about teams that go up and down. It's like you're riding a roller coaster. First you're up and then you're down. I don't get it. Well, they started off down. They lost that first game 16-1. 16-1. I can't remember what it was like when I was 16. I'm too old. I can't think that far back. I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago. But I can remember this. 16-1 loss, not good. Not good. But what did they do? They turned it around and they won 8-0 in the second game. So you lose 16-1 in the first, you win 8-0 in the second. Somewhere along the line, somebody's got to tell me something. Who went to sleep? But nobody, no Maypole. What did they forget the Cheerios in the morning? Guys, listen up. We can't lose 16-1, and then come back and win 8-0. I mean, come on. Let's get it together, okay? Let's get it together. Stay focused. New season. Hey, second game's tomorrow. Second game. All right. So then we rounded out with our 14U team. This is Anthony DeLillo's team. These are the big boys, the guys that come in here swinging heavy lumber. I'm talking about not that aluminum stuff that the young guys use. These guys use major league bats, all kinds of stuff. These guys swing the heavy stuff. So they actually went because they played 4 games. They went 3-1. Actually, it wasn't even 3-1. It was 3 wins, no losses, and they tied their last game. First game of the season of their season was a 9-7 win. That was close. Then they won 11-9. All right, a little more cushion. And then they blanked the guys 10-0. That's how you do it. Anthony, big dogs, woo! Eagles, you know what I'm saying? That's what we did. We 10-0. Now, again, 9-7, 11-9, and then a 10-zip. That's how you close the door. And then, all right, we had a 5-5 tie, so what? Our guys were tired. You know what? We were tired of smacking you around like Eagles. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. That's what we did to those guys. I don't even know who they play, but they did what we all do. And you know what we do when we're Eagles? We fly higher than everybody else. We grab people by the talons and we shake them around and we shake things up to make sure that everything is all right for their team. All right, so guys, listen up. That's the report for the first week. As I said, we had 12 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. All right? 12 wins, 11 losses, 1 tie. That means we're still batting above 500 right now. Guys, you keep up the good work. Remember, again, when we're Eagles, we fly higher than everybody else. When we return, Miguel Batista is going to sit down here with us for a couple of minutes. He's going to tell us about his new position at the team. And you know what? Somebody's calling me, so I got to go. We'll be back, Yorkville.
2-0. Métete más. Ahí.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this edition of Yorkville Sports. You're in the Eagles Nest, and I'm your host, Joe Patrick. And with me today is Miguel Batista. He's the dad of our young phenom, Miguel Batista. I mean, Jesus Batista. That's Miguel. The little guy that pops the balls over the fence and all that kind of stuff. Miguel, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, well, you know what? You're here, from what I understand, you've taken on the responsibility of being one of our travel team's coaches this year.
Yes.
What's that like, Miguel? Talk to me.
It was a good experience, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to be one of the coaches. And we've been having fun with the kids, and not just behind now. Now I'm not behind the fence. Now I'm with them on the field. So most likely it's a pretty great experience that I'm having now.
All right. Well, you know, becoming a travel parent as well as a travel coach, you know, that's quite a commitment. So how do you balance the two? I mean, you have young Miguel. I mean, he's in school. He's doing a lot of things there. He's got Jesus. Is it Miguel again?
Yes.
That's so bad of me. You know, I'm getting so tongue twisted. But having Jesus at home and then balancing everything out here as a travel parent, what's that like?
Like I have said before, you know, I tell Jesus, hurry up and get ready. Now I'm a coach. I need to be there on time, so I need you to get ready more earlier. So basically, it's a good experience. You know, you get to be a coach and a dad, but at the same time, like I have told our parents, you know, and I've told some of the kids that you guys are my kids now on the field. Behind those fences, I know you got your parents there, but at the same time, I'm here for you guys, and I want you to, you know, help me out here, and I'll do the best I can to drive you guys to the field. And it's a great job, you know. With Jesus, I have no problem with him. I look at him most as a player, but like I said, they're my kids and also my players.
Okay, so is it tough being a dad, watching Jesus out on the field and then trying to, because it takes a certain amount of discipline, but is it tough transitioning from the dad to the coach?
Well, it's not tough. It's basically, you know, I did my job before even practice or game. I already did my job as a dad for him, train him on one-on-one. But when it comes to the field, you know, it's my player, you know. But of course he's my son on the field. But like every dad, they expect their kid to come through. I'm one of them myself here, but there's no, how can I say, I can give a little bit more this and a little bit more attention to his kids because he's my son, but everything is equal there. They're all my kids, all 13 of them, and they get equal quality just from me the same way my son gets it from me.
All right. Now, when you start, when you're out on the field, where are you? The first base coach, third base coach?
First base.
Oh, you're a first base coach. All right. So, you know, you're responsible for getting the guys down the line and telling them when to move. Do you have a steal sign that you fill out?
I don't want to say it here.
No, you don't want to say it here. Come on, he's got a steal sign. Come on, hey, wait a second. Which one is this? Is this the steal? What is it? Is it the head, the nose?
Let's keep it there.
He wants to keep it a secret. He thinks we're going to give away some of the secrets. I'll tell you what the steal sign is. Steal! That's what you do. Steal. That's what I'd say. Steal. That's the sign for you right there.
Right.
But anyway, Miguel, now this is your first year with Yorkville as a coach. Watching your son last year, we don't want to harp too much on last year, but watching him develop last year, especially when he hit those home runs. What was that like, watching the ball go sail over the wall?
For me, it was amazing. As a matter of fact, just to keep it a little short story, on the second inning, I was thinking to myself, wow, what am I thinking? Like, you think my son someday will hit it out of his park? All of a sudden, in the fifth inning, this kid already hit out the center field, hit out the park, and I was amazed. I'm like, Jesus Christ, did you ever set any guesses already?
That must be something. He prayed on it. He said, it's never going to happen. And then, oh boy, there it goes. Well, Miguel, you've played baseball before, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about your little baseball experience.
I was a second baseman, played a little bit first, left field. It was a good experience. I always played a little bit up. It was kind of challenging for me a little bit, but at the same time, it was great. And my father was there supporting me over time, and it was awesome. It was pretty awesome. Play organized baseball and play high school, play locally and college, and a little bit in Dominican Republic.
Okay, so there you go, like father, like son, like father, and now he has a son. So it's a family affair. It's a family, baseball is a family of players, and it usually starts at home. Well, anyway, that's it for us this week. I'm your host, Joe Patrick, and this is Miguel Batista, and that's Jesus over there. And I finally got their names right. I didn't get it all twisted up and so on and so forth. So anyway, Yorkville, if you want to get more information about how you can become one of the Yorkville players or play in any one of the Yorkville programs, log on to yyaa.org. Click on the program of your liking, sign up. And, if you want to call us, you can call us at 212-360-0022, and we'll get you all set up. We're looking for you. So for Yorkville, I'm Joe, that's Miguel, and we'll see you later.